Hi everyone, it's Pamela here from Animal Justice Emergency. We've got a good one today about media framing. I was going to do something different today, but I saw this in the local newspaper, this story about a vegan victory, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to have to ditch the other thing until tomorrow or next week, and we're going to have to crack on with this because it talks we're going to talk about how the media frames a very good news vegan story and makes it sound a bit bad. So, if you like these videos, if you'd like to share them, it would be really great if you fancy sharing them with your friends on Facebook or other entities, other social media, and obviously like and share and comment. So, the story: Bristol vegan forces college back down on making her do farming module. Hmm, farming module. Vegan. Doesn't sound great. Forcing, though. It's an interesting term of words. What did they actually mean? So, this story was all about an 18-year-old called Fiji, and she was complaining to the college that she was studying at, SGS, which is South Gloucestershire and Stroud. And she joined a course which was advertised to students as being great for people who love animals. So that sounds like a perfect match, doesn't it? Vegan and loving animals and a course, and you're 18 years old, and you're looking for a match, doesn't it? Vegan and loving animals and a course, and you're 18 years old, and you're looking forward to furthering your career, perhaps. She said it included working on a farm and possibly visiting a slaughterhouse. So Fiji, who'd been vegan for 4 years, so I mean since she was 14, signed up for the course as a stepping stone to a university course in wildlife management, zoology, or conservation. So she's forward thinking, pretty proactive. But then last October, she complained to the college that after she enrolled, she was told she'd have to take and pass a module on farm husbandry, which involved raising animals for meat, fiber, milk, or eggs. And again, I love this phrasing here: raising animals for meat. So it's almost like you go to the animal and you say, "Oh, I'd like some meat, please." And the animal just sort of somehow gives you some meat, not the raising, killing, and chopping up of other sentient beings in order that we can unnecessarily use their body parts. No, raising animals for meat, fiber, milk, or eggs. And that again, as vegans, it's wool, it's eggs, it's milk, it's all using and torturing other animals. So obviously, she was not best pleased. And apparently, students were expected to help farmers, i.e., institutional animal abusers, on working farms, places where animals are institutionally abused, other animals. And she said a visit to a slaughterhouse was also discussed. She complained to the college asking to do a different module instead of Unit 19, the module that involved farming. And she said that she was told that she wouldn't be given an alternative module, and skipping the farming one would mean she'd fail. She complained to the college formally, and then when she wasn't satisfied with their response, she complained to the Education and Skills Funding Agency with the help of lawyers from the Vegan Society. So, I mean, she thought about this a lot. She complained to the college, and then she actually contacted the Vegan Society, which was a really sensible, intelligent move, to help her, which she really needed. Anyway, so there's a long trundling on here of the Education and Skills Funding Agency, which oversees colleges, confirmed that they did not, and this was on March the 1st, they did not uphold her complaint. And so Fiji and the Vegan Society complained to Pearson's, the exam board, which awards the diplomas. And then this is where the magical bit happens. Fiji and the Vegan Society said that one day after Pearson's got involved, SGS College conducted a huge U turn and offered Fiji what she wanted: an alternative module to take part in as her course. Fiji says, I simply couldn't break my way of living purely to pass a course. I am vegan because I love animals, and so to go against my beliefs and attend a farm where I would be supporting a farmer would be wrong. Well done, that young woman. Go, Fiji, go. Without Jeanette's help, I would have been denied a college education. I just hope I can now be an example to other vegans so they don't have to go through the ordeal I went through. But so, she's got a wider perspective. It's not all about me, me, me. It's about the animals and it's about helping other people. So Fiji had contacted the Vegan Society and friend of Animal Justice Emergency and many others and many other beleaguered vegans as well, Jeanette Rowley, who we featured in a video about the prevent strategy. And we'll put that in the description below. So Jeanette Rowley said that vegans in the UK have their beliefs about the use of animals protected by law. Quote, this was not only a really big win for Fiji, but for the vegan movement in general. Of course it is. Vegans in the UK have the protection of human rights and equality law, and it is vital that schools and colleges understand that they are under statutory duty to examine how their educational policies and practices might have a negative impact on vegan students. They must do everything they can do to remove any observed disadvantages faced by vegans. But of course they won't, because the schools, colleges, like other institutions, are part of the dominant culture. And until people like Fiji actually say, no, this is enough, we don't want to do this, it's wrong. It's basically they're breaking the law. They will just trundle on and try and sort of ride roughshod over the ethical beliefs of vegans and others as well. Jeanette continues, I'm delighted Fiji was able to stay at her college and is able to continue working towards her diploma. So the college obviously have another story. They say that they tried to help Fiji overcome the issue, but after a while she stopped engaging with them. Probably Fiji got a bit hacked up with basically bashing her head against a brick wall of people that were going to basically not give an inch because they're an institution. She's one 18-year-old young woman. The dispute never reached a court and the complaint was not upheld as the government ruled in the college's favour. Dominant culture, there you go. Institutional speciesism, no big surprises, and said it was not discriminating against Fiji as a vegan. But of course they didn't want it to go to court because if it goes to court it sets a precedent. They say, the college has made every effort to explain to Fiji that the unit was chosen with the intention of delivering a holistic and well-rounded programme. No, it was a programme that was supporting the dominant culture and the use of other animals for no reason. That's what it was. Nothing holistic and well-rounded about that. That both meets local need while also enabling learners to progress onto the next stage of their education. The local need of what? Animal users, animal murderers, animal torturers? It's not really a local need, is it? It's part of the dominant culture of speciesism and human supremacy. And maybe we could just reframe it like that. And then they say how they'd tried to reassure Fiji and her parents that the unit had been ethically planned. Yeah, and in addition to our commitment that it would be delivered to the highest possible standards of animal use, torture, and murder, right? And with the highest regard for animal welfare, that it would not be delivered in a way that either disregards Fiji's beliefs or places her at any disadvantage. Yeah, right. Here are these animals, we're going to kill them, feed them, pet them, make life a bit easier for them perhaps, for a few days, before they're taken off to be tortured to death. Yeah, right. That's something that every vegan wants to have in their life, especially an 18-year-old who wants to work with other animals as well. The college also confirmed apparently that she would not be expected to undertake any activity with which she was uncomfortable, and that she could opt out of some or all of the Unit 19 if she so wished, which all seems a bit problematic, doesn't it? Because this young woman was motivated enough to sort of like go through months and months of sort of like mental stress. She took it to the Vegan Society for help. Was this, are we supposed to believe that she, there was some, it's an ethical issue she's, as I said, thought long and hard about, but somehow there was this like mass miscommunication and she couldn't figure out that they said, no, it's okay, that you won't have to do this module. No, no, it's just, vegan wash, really. And then they say, a statement from South Gloucester and College claimed Fiji has never been told that she must study the unit, something the teenager disputes. And who do you believe? Well, I know who I believe, and it's not the college, the institution, but just that she was encouraged to do so because of its usefulness to the local economy. Oh, yeah, morals, nothing. Local economy, everything. Come on. And this is a sort of world, that we live in. It's horrendous. Fiji would never have failed, as she has stated, unless she opted out of Unit 19 and didn't study an alternative. That's what she was asking to do. And then they say, at no time did she respond to their formal correspondence, blah, blah, blah. The college has confirmed to Fiji exactly what the college has done to ensure that Unit 19 is delivered in total respect and sympathy for her beliefs. It is just mind-boggling how this could be done, and it would be quite interesting perhaps to follow this up, before confirming that the 18-year-old has also been offered the option to opt out of some or all of Unit 19 or to complete an alternative unit. Thanks for the hi. So really, I think it's very interesting. On the other hand, I will be fair and I will say that the local reporter, Tristan Cork, I think he's done a fairly reasonable job, given that this is a local newspaper. And he hasn't kind of put in too much anti-vegan stuff, not overtly, but I do think that there is some, he probably didn't write the headline, that's a sub. But again, it's not really on the side of the vegan. It's kind of like, oh yeah, two sides to every story sort of thing. So yeah, Tristan, not bad. But I think, your institutional bias, your non-vegan bias is kind of showing. But I wanted to share this, as I said, because it is a good news story. And I think, like the young woman says, like Fiji says, it shows what you can do against an institution if you have a bit of support from the fantastic Vegan Society, the fantastic Jeanette Rowley, who's really hot on these kind of things. And generally as a sort of like a thought, a way of motivating ourselves about how we can perhaps take action or help other people take action. It's all about solidarity and it's all about support. So that was my thought for today. I'll put the link to the Bristol Post in the description, as I said. And maybe you could, like, if anybody feels like commenting to Tristan Cork about how it could be, more pro-vegan, more vegan friendly, how they need more vegan stories, that would be great as well. In the meantime, this is Pamela, Animal Justice Emergency. If you like this, please like it and add comments and share it and get it out there, because we need to get this vegan message out to as many people as possible. And thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Remember, together we can win the war that's being fought on other animals. Have a great day. Have lots of fun. Have lots of energy. You take care.